Okay, so it looks something like this. So you have the object here. We got this thing here, and then you have, right, then you color that. Oops. Okay, and you've got all right, so you've got something like that. So this is a bit of texture kind of thing. Yeah, actually it's kind of like squarish kind of thing. Yeah. So basically you have this. Now you've got this one. Let's say I'm just drawing this. Now once you have this, then try different uses. How many different uses? Now make sure you sketch the original object, or take a snapshot of this object and put it in your IDJ, or you can sketch it out if you really like to sketch it out. Then once you have that, okay, now the first thing, you can branch out. Now when you branch out, you can think about how many different uses for it. Okay, first use is perhaps you could, yeah, there's first use, make sure you sketch something over here. Second use, then you sketch something over here. Okay, third use, you can sketch something over here. Now you don't really have to draw. If you have space, it'd be nice to have it look like this, but you don't really have to. Just the first page, you can draw this really well, then just continue associating all the different uses to this. So make sure each of these pages are connected somehow to each other. You decide how you want to do it, because you have to do all this in your idea journal, and your idea journal must be filled with sketching different kinds of proposal. Now if you can come up with more than 10, okay, then I'll give you extra points. Okay, so if some of you already have an idea of an object that you pick, yeah, great, then you can get going on it. So basically this is how it is. Now assignment 2 is about coming up with quantity of ideas. Okay, so assignment 2 is about quantity of ideas. You got to quantify ideas, because one of the main exercises for CTS is really about quantifying ideas. And one of the ways you can quantify ideas is by talking to each other, by interacting with each other. So it really helps if in your classcraft group, although it's an individual task, you can actually talk to each other and exchange information. Maybe you can help them. Maybe they picked an object that looks something like that, and then you kind of help them. You're stumped for ideas, you're stumped for suggestions, then maybe they can suggest for you. So quantify the ideas. You've got to have a quantity of different kinds of ideas. Now once you have the quantity of ideas, that's when you decide to do the selection bit. Okay, now once you have the quantity of ideas, then start to select the ideas. Select, let's just say 2 or 3 ideas, okay, or maybe 3 or final 2 ideas, or 2 of the best ones. Okay, so once you have, say, stage 1, once you have 10 ideas or more, then 2, okay, you have 10 ideas, select 2 best ideas. Alright, select 2 best ideas, and then number 3, after you've selected the 2 best ideas, take these 2 ideas and sketch them again, but with a lot more details. This time you're going to add details and explain further about it in your IDJ, of course. say the large sketch of it has to be one page, and the second sketch of it has to be another page. So a full page sketching of two final ideas. Now, out of this two, you're going to have to elaborate. What I'll be throwing some questions at you, like what makes it original? What makes it entertaining? How are you going to talk about this to the audience? What is this going to do? How is this connected to this and this and this? And by that time, you would have an idea. You would have a bigger picture of how this can fit into the video. See, the video is not more than 5 minutes long, and it can be a very entertaining video. So, and it has to do with this one of these objects or one of these users for this object. And so detail, number 3 is detail. Now once you have the detail of these last two ideas, you have it all in details, and then you will describe how this connects to your video and how this connects to your video in future. Then you're going to have to decide to pick one. Okay, now once you have the detail of the two ideas, details of the two best ideas, you have completed assignment 2. Like I said, assignment 2, you don't have to make anything at all. Okay, then when it comes to assignment 3, now when it comes to assignment 3, you have to choose one best idea from the last two. You got to make a decision. One best idea and make a connection. You're going to have to combine this idea with basically you're going to have to combine that idea with a story. Okay, try to tell a story about it. So number 1, choose the best idea. Number 2, combine it with a story. So you're going to have to tell a story about it. Tell a story about it. So if maybe this, tell a story about this, how this is connected to a story. Maybe one day I put this in a pocket, whatever, and I dropped it. Then I spent the last 1 hour looking for it. Maybe that's what the story is all about, and my adventures in looking for this. So oh no, Captain Picard is like, oh my god. That's a nice one, Liberty. Okay, I'm gonna pause there. Introduction to what? Object? Something? Okay. You miss everything? Your line is so bad? Woohoo! It's okay. This session is being recorded. Alright, a little pause there, just checking. Okay, you combine it with the story. Now when you start, then you have to finally decide what's the best way to tell a story about this idea. What's the best version? Now, how do you know what's the best version? So by that time, you would get, I will inform you of a strategy of how you can come up with the best version, possibly which can influence you to come up with the best version of the idea. I mean, what's the best story concerning that object? So then assignment 3, once you have that, you have completed assignment 3, but that's not all of it yet. Now once you've completed assignment 3 with this, you have completed 1, 2, 3 points here. The next step is you need to pitch this for the final project. That is the last part. The last part before you get started on your final project. Now the final project is a group project, and you're going to have to fulfill this group project in your classcraft groups. Okay, now in your classcraft groups, you're going to have to produce it using that groups. And now how does that happen? Let me show you an illustration. Okay, let's just say this is group A. Okay, and in group A you have, let's say, 5 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 6 students. Okay, there's 6 of you in the group. And so now what's happening is you're going to have to pick each of these students have one story. Each of these students have their own ideas, okay, their own story for that object, for their idea, the final ideas. Now once you have that, now this is individual final ideas. Okay, all right, that's individual final ideas. Then the next step is each one of you is going to have to propose the idea or pitch the idea to me. You got to pitch the idea to Mr. Black. So you pitch the idea by showing, I leave that to each individual to decide how you want to convince me that your idea is the best one to be used as the major project or as the final project. So one of these ideas will be chosen. So you know what this means? That means you have assignment 2 and assignment 3 done because you have done your individual ideation. Then the final part is the video, which means you're going to have to propose which is the best one to be used in that group. Okay, so out of 6 students, 1 will be chosen for that, and that one idea, everyone will have to collaborate to produce that one thing. So that one idea becomes the group idea. Okay, it becomes the group project. So everybody's going to be working to produce that video. Everyone must be involved. And when it comes to that, there'll be a separate tutorial and separate briefing for how that's going to happen. Gigi Rothschild, I feel you. Felicia. Liberty, I'm we'll see. I know there is a time delay, so don't worry. Okay, so you literally thought I froze. No, I wasn't freezing. So I hope you understand that. So then the final idea, this happens after assignment 3. Then this session will take place. Then once the major project gets going, that's when you start working on. That's when you start to craft things. You start to make things. If you start, it has to be a really nice production. So each one of you will have to do crafting work. Each one of you, one person is going to have to handle camera, another person will be assisting in the editing bit. I can show you how to edit. It will be all making and making and making. By then you don't have to worry about ideas when it comes to major project. No ideation left, you just have to make it. So from now, assignment 2 and assignment 3 is all about ideas. It's all about ideas and ideation. But the quality of your ideas is the most important thing at this point of time. So the first part, now I'm just going to recap a little bit. Now, assignment 1, group. Assignment 2, individual. Assignment 3, individual. So basically, you are heading towards a final video. Okay, a final video. Now, in this final video will be produced in the major project. But between then and now, assignment 2, you're going to have to produce ideas. Assignment 3, ideas. Now, assignment 2 is really about ideation. Okay. Now the task is pick an object. The first part, pick an object, and then you're going to have to find 10 different uses for it. Then sketch it in your IDJ. That's not an ideal sketch. So basically, I was just explaining assignment 2, quantify ideas, 10 ideas, select 2 best ideas, then details of the 2 best ideas. Basically, you have 10 different ideas, 10 different sketches or pictures, then select 2 of the best ones, okay, and then you have details of the 2 best ideas. Now remember, as you're going along, feel free to update your blog, your e-portfolio, but maybe you can do that, concurrently, or you can start to make vlogs for your e-portfolio. Now assignment 3, choose one, okay, of the best idea, combine it with a story. Assignment 3, I must hear you tell a story about that one selected idea. Then after that, we will decide what's the best version of it, and that's how you decide which one, because you have to pitch all these ideas to Mr. Black and something like a mini presentation or a crit session, and then we'll decide how that works. Now if you can support your pitch with pictures, audio visual, or something like that, that'll be fantastic. Extra points for that, because every time you do more visuals in your IDJ, the more points you get. Because in CTS, the 2 most important thing is lots of visuals and lots of ideas. Okay? Okay, so that's it. Now you can't hear you, no sound. Really? Hello, 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 hello. I think there is sound because I'm seeing mic. Yeah, I think there is sound. I'm pretty sure there is. So I'm pretty sure there is. Maybe it's your speaker. Maybe you can increase the volume of your speaker or something. Sometimes the time delays gives this kind of problem, so you're gonna have to just chill about it. So while I'm still online, this is what I probably would do.